We want to talk about getting your gun prepped for shooting it in cold weather. Now, cold weather can cause a lot of malfunctions, and it's a very simple thing to eliminate if you do the proper steps. Now, when you're working on your gun, obviously you want to make sure that it's unloaded, the action's open. You want to do a thorough cleaning on it. You want to get all the old high viscosity lubricant out of it that you possibly can. Anything that's left in is going to cause the action to be sluggish. Some good products for this are TCE. Friction Defense works good for some of this cleaning. There's a good number of products out on the market that you can use, but it does have to be spotlessly clean. Once you've got it all cleaned, then you need to use some lubricants on it, and you want to use as little lubricant as possible. Some of the places you might want to lube would be like on this trigger mechanism, possibly a drop on the pivot points for the carrier, the pivot point on the hammer, possibly the pivot point on the carrier dot. On bolt action rifles, you want to take and make sure you disassemble the bolt, clean the firing pin, get everything meticulously clean and stripped out right there. I prefer to use a bolt action completely dry. Some people will put a couple of drops of lube on it, but my preference is dead dry. On semi-automatics, you probably are going to want to make sure that you've got a drop or so on the action bars on the inside. The gas system, I run that completely dry, meticulously cleaned again, dead dry. Lever guns, same way. I may put a drop or two inside the action, but I usually operate those pretty dry too. If you're going to be out in extremely cold temperatures, then your firearm should be absolutely dead dry of any type of lubricant and impeccably clean. Carbon deposits and old dry lubricants, dirt, weed seeds will stop a firearm from functioning when it's cold. You want the firearm to work the first time. You don't want to worry about the second and the third shots. The first shot is the one that's going to count for you. If you have a magazine, you want to make sure your magazine is taken apart, and that is impeccably clean and dry also. Bearing surfaces, if you're going to use a lubricant, make sure you use a synthetic lubricant only, as the conventional oils will get thick and cause the gun to malfunction. So check your owner's manual. They will have some recommendations in there on what you probably should use on there. On plastic stocks, like on this Savage, you want to be very careful in the cleaners you use. Synthetic lubes, again, are the best. Friction Defense is one that we sell. It's an excellent product, works great in cold weather. You want to protect the exterior of the gun on wood stocks. A good stock wax works well. Bow Shield is another one. It's an excellent product to protect the outside. Carnauba wax will work well, and our Rust Preventative #2 is a good product for that. When you get in a hunting camp, you want to make sure that you acclimate your gun to the hunting temperature to avoid any condensation on it, so you don't have a freeze up on it. So store them either in your vehicle or in your garage before you go hunting. And if you're camping outside and you're in a heated tent, leave your guns outside at night. Otherwise, you're going to get condensation in the tent. You take them outside, they're going to freeze up instantly. So the next morning, it's a good idea to perform a function check on the gun when it's unloaded. Make sure everything works right before you go out and take off and go hunting.